Hello, goddesses. If your inner critic has been loud lately, the "you should be doing more," "you're behind," "why can't you get it together" voice, this week's for you. We're working with Durga energy, but not just the sword and shield version, the fierce love version, the kind of strength that protects your tender heart. This is week 7 of month 2, strength in our goddess journey. And just for context, in my world right now, we're moving through a 3rd quarter moon energy, which is often a beautiful time for release, letting go of what's not serving and clearing old patterns. If your moon is different or you don't track the moon at all, you can still take the essence of this week, releasing self-criticism and building fierce self-compassion. I'm going to be real with you. I wrote part of this week from bed, wrapped in my softest blanket with a hot water bottle, because my bleed arrived and my body was like, "Hi babe, we're resting." And I heard that old inner voice trying to creep in and say, "You should be working. You're being a bit dramatic. Everyone else handles this better." But instead of letting that voice run the show, I paused and I asked the core week 7 question, which is, how would Durga speak to her beloved daughter right now, remembering what we've spoken about, how fiercely she is a protector and lover of her kids? And what came through wasn't harshness, it was fierce love. It was like, "Sweet one, your body is doing sacred work. Rest is wisdom. I love you exactly as you are." And I swear my nervous system softened. Even the cramping eased. Why self-compassion is actually strength. A lot of us were conditioned to believe self-criticism is motivating, that being hard on ourselves is how we can grow. But research on self-compassion, like Dr. Kristen Neff's work, shows the opposite. People who practice loving kindness toward themselves tend to be more resilient, more motivated, and experience less anxiety, shame, and depression. And there's a nervous system reason for this. When you criticize yourself, your brain reads it like a threat. Your amygdala fires, stress hormones rise, and your body goes into fight, flight, or freeze mode. When you offer yourself kindness, you activate the care system. The vagus nerve is supported, and your body can release soothing chemicals like oxytocin, dopamine. In everyday language, self-compassion helps your body feel safe enough to change. Inside week 7, your Durga practice is simple and powerful. Every time you catch self-doubt or inner criticism, you pause and ask, how would Durga speak to her beloved daughter right now? And you practice replacing the critic and you practice replacing the critic with fierce compassion, not fake positivity, not bypassing, just a new inner voice that refuses to diminish you. What you'll learn this week: understanding the inner critic, where it came from, why it thinks it's protecting you, and how it keeps you stuck in stress and shame. Loving kindness, a practice that's been around for thousands of years, learning how to offer goodwill to yourself first, even if it feels awkward or impossible at the beginning. Self-forgiveness, not as letting yourself off the hook, but as releasing toxic shame so you can actually grow. We explore a clear framework for self-forgiveness and why shame doesn't create transformation. Forgiveness as freedom, how forgiveness can be an internal release without forcing reconciliation or putting yourself back in harm's way. Sacred protection tools. We create a protection amulet. It's a small pouch with crystals or stones, and intention, and talk about a totem pouch, like a portable altar of symbols that remind you of who you are. Fierce self-love as daily micro moments. We do mirror work, body appreciation, emotional validation, celebrating our boundaries, and an evening fresh start forgiveness practice. Sacred boundaries as self-love. Boundaries aren't just about keeping things out, as we've said in the previous module. They create space for what you truly want to flourish. We're also creating a self-love altar and the resistance that can come up with it, including the am I worshipping myself discomfort and the difference between genuine self-worth and ego. We're also talking about the mother wound and reparenting, learning to become the loving, protective inner parent you needed as a child. And the ripple effect, how changing your inner voice changes how you show up in relationships, including parenting. And at the end of the week, there's a third quarter moon ritual, but in the appendix, you can just look at what goddess you're in and what moon phase you're in to find the appropriate ritual for you to support loving kindness and self-forgiveness. But I'll keep the full steps for the woman doing the journey. So this week, beloved warrior, your strength isn't proven by how hard you push. It's proven by how fiercely you protect your own heart. If this landed for you, please tell me, what does your inner critic say most often? And if you're ready to learn how to turn that voice into fierce compassion, come join this course. This is the work that changes everything. Thank you for listening.